Welcome back everyone. We are carrying on down the coast and exploring some more of County Wexford this week. Here's what to expect.
We're discovering that this county rivals the Caribbean for beautiful beaches and incredible coastlines. We're going back in time by jumping on a famine ship, visiting the world's oldest lighthouse and staying in Ireland's oldest city. There's also a tour of one of the world's most exciting whisky distilleries, a trip to a fancy crystal makers, and we finally reveal where we're actually heading to this winter.
We're not really big numbers people on our social media. What matters to us most is the engagement and the conversations that we have with individual people. However, we recently reached a really big milestone on YouTube and got to 10,000 subscribers. So we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been following along and supporting us over on YouTube. It really, really means a lot to us. And we've been saving this bottle of champagne that we got from the Champagne region in France earlier this year for an occasion. So we thought, why not open it? It's been in the fridge for ages. Cheers. Well, it's been an alright park up now.
Yeah, it's been very nice, yeah.
The waves were loud though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find that disturbing, you probably won't find it that peaceful, but it was for us.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the pub up the top was closed.
That was the only negative to this place.
Yeah.
It's open now.
Now we're leaving. Where are we going?
We're going inland. It's becoming a little bit more difficult to find decent places to park here on the coast, that is. So there's a little town that we found which is half an hour inland, and we're kind of changing the route that we intended to do entirely. Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Again.
So yeah, let's go see. We've had a little wander around Enniscorthy, and while it's really, really nice, it's just a town, isn't it? Like there's shops and there's a castle, a cathedral, that kind of thing, and it's all by a river, so it's really quite picturesque. But there's not really much else to do, and the parking's a bit, I don't know, our van doesn't really fit, does it?
Yeah, not ideal.
So we're kind of in the way, and it's just on the street. So I think we're going to head off and try and find somewhere else to stay for the night. Well, we rocked up where we are staying tonight, and it's pretty much dark, which is basically unheard of because we never leave it this late to find a car parking space, but we were pretty sure about this one. The reviews looked great, so yeah. We'll show you where we are in the morning properly. Right now, Jay is cooking something that I've been requesting for a few days for dinner, and I am very, very, very excited about it.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is what we call a full English breakfast. In Ireland, I suppose it's a full Irish breakfast, although we're missing some elements of an Irish breakfast, but we won't get into that anyway.
No, because I want to eat. Take too long.
And it's more like a dinner, isn't it?
It is. Like, it's called a breakfast, and a lot of people do have it for breakfast, maybe like mid-morning kind of thing. And we would on a weekend and stuff, but we like to have it for dinner as well. And it's just like, I don't know, real comfort food, like proper fry up, greasy. It's a good hangover cure actually, but yeah, we've not had one of these in ages, so I'm mega excited. The next morning we took a tour of the Dunbrody Famine Ship. It's the main reason we came to New Ross, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long while. My great-grandparents were Irish, and they emigrated to England during the Great Famine. This is a replica of one of the coffin ships, as they were known, that transported starving people to the US and Canada. The conditions on board during the 6 weeks passage were nothing short of hellish. If you don't know much about this period of the United Kingdom's history, this was 1845 to 52, when much of the Irish population were indentured workforce for the English, who had stolen their land and forced them to rely upon potatoes for sustenance. Then a disease wiped out most of the potato crops, but that's not the reason that more than 1 million people died and more than 1 million emigrated. A saying goes, the Almighty sent the blight, but the English created the famine, and there's records of the British Army overseeing food being exported from the land, while those to whom it belonged to starved. It was political, the British government could have stopped it, and it is now considered by many historians as an act of genocide. We've had a little wander around the town, which looks really, really nice, but unfortunately you can only stay in the car park that we're in for 4 hours during the day. Like overnight it's fine, but you can't pay for any more time, so it's a little bit annoying really, because we probably would have stayed another day.
Yeah, potentially.
Like there were some really nice pubs that we walked past, so yeah, it would have been nice to have a Guinness or a few in them, but anyway, such is life. We need to move on and find another car parking spot. Well, we didn't have a clue what to do or where to go, so we thought we'd just drive and park in this really nice car park. Just joking. We've actually come to Waterford, so we've nipped over the border now into County Waterford. And why are we here, James? Come on.
Well,
bore us to death.
The last thing was something that Sarah really wanted to do, and this is something that I really want to do. If you've been watching our videos for a while, you will know that I love whiskey, and Waterford has one of the most interesting distilleries, I'm going to say in the world, not even in Ireland.
Wow.
In the world, the
claim.
Waterford Distillery, and I'm going to hopefully book myself onto a tour there for this evening.
And hopefully it is better than the Bushmills one that he did in Northern Ireland, because if you watched our video there, you'll know how disappointed he was about that one. This is how good Jay is to Adi and I, because he's not going to be in later because he's going to be on his whiskey tour. He's done a double cook, so he's made lunch now and also made our dinner for later at the same time. So we've got a rice dish now which looks blooming amazing, and then we've got tomato soup for later.
Waterford Distillery was started with pretty much two aims in mind. Firstly, to make great whiskey, and secondly, to prove that the concept of terroir, more often associated with wine, existed in whiskey. As in, that the type of barley used, the way it was grown, and even where it was grown, could affect the flavour. So how do you do that? Well, you spend millions of pounds buying an old Guinness brewery, source barley from different farms all over Ireland, and then make exactly the same spirit multiple times, with the only difference between them being the barley from different sources. Then you wait the legally required 3 years before you can call it whiskey, and taste them side by side to see if they're at all different. Absolutely madcap, yes. Some would even say pointless, but totally unique and very interesting all the same. And they let you take photos. This is where I spent my evening last night doing the whiskey tour. I didn't actually film anything after the tour because it was pitch black, but the tour was fantastic. It was a complete opposite of the one that I did a few weeks ago, which if you watch that video you'll have seen that I wasn't too pleased with. This was really, really interesting, and it was like a deep dive into what they're doing here and why they're doing it as well. And it is a fascinating distillery. I would urge anyone who's interested in whiskey to look it up. Suffice to say that it is really unique, and it is knocking out some of the best whiskies in Ireland. This is where we spent last night then, in this car park just in the centre of Waterford. It was alright, wasn't it? Fine, yeah. Yeah, quiet.
Like, I think it's probably quite a commuter used car park, because same as there was in Belfast, there's a weekly ticket that you can get, so I guess people use that Monday to Friday. It's a little bit quieter today as it's Saturday than it was yesterday with it being Friday, so yeah, it'll probably be pretty quiet this weekend, I think. Interesting fact about Waterford then is it is the oldest city in Ireland. So they've found loads of Viking artefacts here when they've done like archaeological digs and stuff, and it dates back to 914 AD, I think it is. So yeah, really, 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 really old. This building behind me is called Reginald's Tower, and it is the oldest civic building in Ireland. It has been used over the years as a mint, a prison, a munitions store, a palace, an air raid shelter, and it's now a museum dedicated to the artefacts that they've found from the Viking era. The other thing that Waterford is of course famous for is Waterford crystal. So that's been produced here since the 18th century, and it's what brought a lot of prosperity into the area and basically the money that the modern day city is built on. They still produce, I think it's 750 tonnes of crystal here per year, so a lot of crystal. It's not my kind of thing, but I get that it's like you know, an age-old craftsmanship, and there's a lot of skill and intricacy that goes into making it. It kind of just reminds me of like cluttered windowsills in old people's houses. Sorry if that offends anyone. Yeah, there is some nice stuff in the shop. We need to hold onto AD really tight in here, man. Do you know how much that is behind us?
Which one?
This here.
How much?
49 grand.
49,000.
Yes. That's like house buying prices, or certainly house deposit prices. We've just jumped on a campsite then to empty out and fill up. We've all just had a shower, so that was really nice. And Jay has knocked us up a Sunday lunch. We were going to try and get one somewhere, but we couldn't find anywhere that meant driving to find one. So anyway, ta-da! I'm excited. It's just after 5 o'clock and it's already pitch black.
It is.
And it's raining.
Absolutely pelting it down. You can probably hear it on this actually, and it might sound a little bit louder because obviously it's a tin can that it's hitting, but it is seriously raining outside.
It's pretty fast. But Jay's off out.
I'm going out. This is how dedicated I am to the cause. Today's our day off. We take generally 2 days off a week, Sunday and Monday, more often than not. And we want a bottle of wine, so I'm going to brave it. There's a shop in the village here which is about 10 minutes away. Wish me luck. When we arrived yesterday we couldn't really tell because the weather was a little bit filthy. It was raining quite a lot, but the views at this place are absolutely stunning. So the place that we're at is actually a motorhome park, and it's solely for motorhomes, caravans and self-contained campers because it doesn't have services as such. It's got a drive over grate and it has places to empty your toilet and your bins, but there's no showers or anything like a normal campsite would have.
So I think there's a few caveats to it, but basically this Hook Lighthouse behind me is supposed to be the oldest operational lighthouse in the world.
That's pretty amazing.
It is, isn't it? Like, it doesn't look that old even. And you can take tours and like go around in it and stuff, which we didn't do today. But yeah, it's a really, really nice place. There's like a gift shop and a play area and a cafe and stuff like that. And like the views out like across the sea are just absolutely amazing. Yeah, really, really, really stunning spot. We were hoping that we might get to see some seals, but the sea looks a bit rough today, I think.
Do we need this map?
Hopefully not. I just said to Jay, swing down here because there's a beach here called Dollar Beach that's really beautiful apparently. So he did, and it is really beautiful.
It is stunning.
Stunning, stunning, stunning. However, it's just a one-way downhill road, so now we're going to have to reverse back up.
Yeah, there's literally no turning space whatsoever. And certainly not for a van anyway. There's no sign saying that.
I know. From the lighthouse yesterday, we came round Hook Peninsula and onto Duncannon Beach, and it wasn't great weather when we got here. I guess it was starting to get a little bit dark as well, but yeah, we had a little walk on the beach and had a wander around and went to the pub, and then it was so windy, like the weather got crazy bad, so we didn't have the best night's sleep, but yeah, the wind died down in the night and then it was just completely still, and we woke up this morning to a stunning view.
After 5-6 weeks?
Yeah, nearly 6 weeks.
Of travelling around Ireland, we are finally at the place where we're going to be leaving Ireland from, which is a town called Rosslare, and it is a harbour town. We've just seen across the way the boat that we're actually going to be going on, the ferry, and from here we are going to Spain. But Spain is not our final destination. We're passing through Spain. We're going to be there for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Quite a quick trip through for us.
Yep. We are going to be going via Madrid to see family, of course, and then heading south to the border and jumping on another ferry and heading across to... Go on, you say it.
Morocco.
We are hopefully going to be getting to warmer weather. That's the aim of going there. Yeah, hopefully a little bit of sunshine and probably a very different experience in the van to what we've had anywhere else.
Absolutely.
We're really excited. Unfortunately, the weather isn't looking too great, is it?
No.
For the crossing. It's looking very misty, rainy, sea looks quite choppy. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey. We also board at midnight. So with AD, I don't know how that's going to go. Anyway, guys, tune in next time and we will see you in Spain, hopefully.
We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give it a big thumbs up. And if you've got any questions that you want to ask us, drop them down in the comments below. If you are not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button as well, and you will get notified every time we post a new video. If you hit the bell button next to it, we will catch you next time.
See ya.
Next week, we say a sad goodbye to Ireland and hello to a 32-hour ferry journey, which knocks Sarah for 6. We make it to Spain only to discover that the weather is worse than in Ireland. Bad one.